The eyes of the world are on San Francisco this evening as dignitaries begin to arrive for the APEC summit.
Yeah, they're either in town or going to be in town soon for one of the biggest events that San Francisco has seen in decades.
We're going to start our coverage off with Janelle Wang, who joins us live from the Moscone Center as this event kicks off. Janelle.
Yes, Jessica and Garvin, day 3 of APEC, and it's starting to pick up here in San Francisco. More high-profile meetings taking place, more dignitaries arriving. Right now, we are here in Moscone South. This is where a lot of the bilateral meetings will be taking place. This is the epicenter of APEC this week. Security still not that extremely tight. I just used my my media credentials to get in. That media credential approved by the Secret Service, but starting in a couple of days, like tomorrow, security will be much tighter. And where we are right now, we actually had to have a volunteer escort us up to this platform. So security definitely ramping up here. Well, it is day 3. APEC, by the way, is a gathering of 21 economies in the Pacific Rim. It was formed in 1989 in response to the growing interdependence of these economies to help promote and streamline trade. You can see them here. Members include Canada, Mexico, China, and Australia. The economies represent 40% of the world's people and nearly half of global trade, and the summit rotates to another country each year. This is the 3rd time the U.S. has hosted APEC. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is already here. She's been here since late last week, and today she was joined by other finance ministers from other countries, many who have never been to the Bay Area before. International media also here. A lot of eyes on APEC and also San Francisco, which is trying to improve its reputation, tarnished by homelessness, crime, and drugs. President Biden chose San Francisco specifically to showcase the city by the Bay and, of course, Silicon Valley. The big meeting today was with Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. She's meeting with her international counterparts today, and our Sergio Quintana was there in person. He joins us live from the International Media Center, which is just across from me in Moscone North, with more on what happened today. Sergio.
Well, Janelle, APEC is here, and that means that the security barriers around Moscone Center are nearly fully put together. And as you mentioned, it also means that inside the convention center, there are already meetings at the highest levels of our government and 20 others that are already in progress. Today, the finance ministers from Canada, Mexico, China, and Hong Kong joined U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and the rest of their international counterparts for the first official multilateral meeting of APEC.
Welcome to the 30th Annual Finance Ministers Meeting. Thank you to the City of San Francisco for hosting us and to all of you for being here.
For many who are in the various international delegations, this summit is an introduction to the city.
This is my first time in this great city of San Francisco.
This is one of the cities on my bucket list, and it's very special to be able to come here for APEC Leaders Week.
The founding purpose of APEC is economic cooperation, but since the pandemic, several of those relationships have been strained, meaning another aim of this multilateral face-to-face meeting is to reestablish or strengthen them.
Coordination and collaboration among our economies is crucially important.
Through the rest of the week, ambassadors, presidents, and prime ministers will be arriving. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are expected to arrive in the city tomorrow, as will many of the president's international counterparts. Noticeably absent this week will be Russian President Vladimir Putin. Russia does have some junior members of its government here, but President Putin and senior members of his cabinet are under U.S. sanctions because of last year's invasion of Ukraine. And in just about an hour, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is going to be wrapping up the day with a news conference with the International Press Corps. Reporting live at the APEC International Media Center, I'm Sergio Quintana, NBC Bay Area News.
And we will be following that news conference. Sergio, thank you so much. Well, a lot is at stake for the U.S. this week. There is a highly anticipated one-on-one meeting between President Biden and China's President Xi Jinping. President Biden hoping to warm up their frosty relationship. It's been very chilly the past year between the two countries. The last time the two presidents met was at the G20 summit last November in Bali, Indonesia. Since then, several incidents have made things icier, including the Chinese spy balloon shot down by the U.S. military earlier this year. Now, I spoke to one of the nation's leading voices on APEC-related trade issues who works on U.S. and China relations specifically.
It is full of tensions and it is a strained relationship. Now, that said, in recent months, it seems that both sides are committed to what they call stabilizing the relationship. Ultimately, the visit of Xi Jinping to San Francisco, I think, signifies kind of a new stage in U.S.-China relations where we're still going to have tensions, but we'll have communication.
So this is significant then that they'll be meeting face to face?
Absolutely. And what's also significant is that if you look at the calendar, particularly with our political season as we enter the presidential campaign, there are not going to be many opportunities for them to meet, but there is a lot of tensions across the board, whether it be Taiwan or technology or the South China Sea. I could go on and on.
So the President Biden and President Xi both hoping to warm up their relationship. Wendy Cutler, by the way, is based in Washington, D.C. She spent nearly 3 decades in the Office of U.S. Trade as a representative, and she will be here this week. And she told me that President Xi will be holding a dinner later this week and that she will be attending. As for President Xi, we know President Biden is arriving tomorrow. He has a fundraiser tomorrow night. As for President Xi, no word when he will be arriving. His one-on-one with President Biden is on Wednesday. And I did speak with Chinese media in the International Media Center, and they too said they don't know when he will be arriving. But we will be here following every step of the way as APEC gears up for the rest of the week. Garvin, Jessica.
All right. Thank you, Janelle.